Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico. Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button at the bottom left-hand corner. We're also on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, YouTube if you want to see my face for an hour, or the iHeartRadio app. My next guest, I actually found him through the homie Damn Boy. I think he had just done like some guitars over his song, and I was like, oh, okay, well, this was easy. Damn Boy is from Hawaii. My next guest is from Hawaii. I've had a couple other people from Hawaii on this podcast, too. Shout out to IA if you want to check that one out. He has this new record out called Ina. And I guess, in a sense, you could kind of consider him as like a child celebrity in Hawaii. And now he's still doing his thing, formerly known as Aidan James. He currently goes by the name Laprete. What's poppin', man?
Nice to meet you, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. It's nice to have you, man. Like, is it corny if I just do a shaka? Or
Nah, we good.
But, dude, like, it was crazy because usually when I look through people's stuff,
Yeah.
if the music is good, that's what's really going to grab me.
Yeah.
So then what's crazy was that when I looked at your music and your Spotify, I was like, wait, why does this song only have like less than 1,000 plays? I feel like this guy's been doing music forever.
Yeah.
And then I had to look up like your actual name, Aidan James, and I was like, oh wait, he's been doing this shit for a while.
Yeah, man.
So I type up your real name on YouTube, and then there's just like a slew of like videos like all over. And you've been, I don't know, I think the earliest video I seen was, and you probably get this a lot, doing Hey Soul Sister like 9 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I was 8 during that video, yeah.
Jeez, how'd you even like get into the music scene like that young?
Yeah, man. I started playing ukulele when I was 4.
You said it the right way, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Started playing ukulele when I was 4 and didn't really get into it till I was like around like 8, and that's when I heard Hey Soul Sister on the radio, and that was like the first time I heard the ukulele in contemporary music, and that's when I was like, oh, I can actually play like pop music, like people like music that I actually listen to, and I respect Hawaiian music. I don't listen to it, and at the time as an 8-year-old, I wasn't listening to it as well. I was listening to like radio pop and things like that. So yeah, when I heard that song, I was like, oh, okay, I can play the ukulele to like pop music and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I played Hazel Sister at a ukulele festival, and somebody videotaped it and then posted it on YouTube, and then 20 million views later,
yeah. 9 years later, and also 20 million views later, man. That's crazy. Did you even realize, like, I guess how impactful that moment would have been? Because I can't imagine that you did, because you were only like 8 years old.
Yeah, no, I did not at all. I didn't even know what YouTube was at the time. I wasn't.
Well, YouTube's only like 10 years old.
Yeah, so I wasn't really allowed to go on YouTube at the time. So I saw that the video was getting some hits, and I was like, okay, what's going on? And I started getting calls from like the Ellen Show, from Today's Show, and like, oh wow, and that's when I was like, okay, there's something's going on with this YouTube thing. Let me check this out. And then there was actually another video of me playing Hazel Sister at another show, and that got like a couple million views, and then
a couple, you know.
And then the other video, light flex. The other video got like, it's at like 20 million views right now, and I was like, okay, this is sick. So that's when I started to like frequently make YouTube videos and started doing the YouTube thing for a bit. I collaborated with some YouTubers, and yeah, did it for a couple years, and then I started getting into writing my own music. And,
yeah. Well, because I feel like what tends to happen is that a lot of people will build a buzz off of doing covers, and they put it on YouTube, but then it comes a point in time where that person can't escape that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we see people like, God, what's his name? Somo?
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, like, you know, he was doing, like, the Drake covers and all that, but then, like, I couldn't get it out of my head, like, yo, like, your solo shit is so different from how I envision you doing, like, the, the covers and whatnot. Yeah. So you must have been, like, struggling with that kind of thing, like, you know, I need to, like, get out of the cover mode right away.
Yeah, I was making a lot of covers on YouTube, and did that for a couple years, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. I started writing like when I was around 11, and that's when I started collaborating with people from Nashville, and like my first song called "One of the Ones," I wrote with somebody from Nashville, Jeff Dayton, and we released that. And I was like, okay, this is fun, you know. And at that time, after that, I was like, okay, I want to kind of segue away from the YouTube artist thing, from the YouTube cover artist thing, and I was kind of like realizing I wanted to actually be like a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, like your own entity.
Yeah. So yeah, that was about the time.
Yeah, and so how do you know, so my girlfriend's from Hawaii, right? And it's kind of unprecedented that people from the islands really pursue music. So like what really kept you wanting to make music your career, and how did your parents really take that?
It was around like when I first put out my first song. I was in Hawaii. I only moved to LA like 3.5 years ago.
And you're 18
I
right
just
now?
turned 18, yeah.
Dude, did you move here by yourself?
No, I moved here with my parents.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, I can't imagine, bro. Like,
no, yeah.
I'm 15, moving to
Right.
LA. Like,
Right.
what's good?
I moved here with my parents, but like when I put out my first song, that's when I started realizing, okay, I want to take music a little bit more serious. I've been performing since I was like 8.
Yeah.
So I started financially getting in some money from the shows, and like from my music. My music was getting got placed on Hawaii FiveO, my first single, and that's around there. I was like, okay, I wanna take music a little bit more seriously, and my parents were totally for it. My parents support me, and I'm very lucky for that.
Now, you know, I did like just a little bit of research, and I saw your dad I guess he's like a television producer or something.
Yeah, both of my parents, they're in the film.
Oh, they're both?
Yeah, they're both in the film.
See, man.
Business, yeah.
Okay, see, now it's kind of crazy that they didn't like push you toward like the film industry.
Yeah, well, I first started acting actually before my music. I was an actor.
So you were like a child actor too? What the hell? What do you not do?
no, I was acting first, and I guess I kind of got into it because I was growing up in the film business with my parents, you know. But then I love music. That's my first thing. So
yeah. So I know you said that you got your song placed on Hawaii FiveO. Did your parents have anything to do with that?
Not really. They were working on Hawaii FiveO, but I was actually on Hawaii FiveO when I was like 8. That's when the Hazel Sister video came out, and the creator of the show, Peter Lenkoff, contacted me through my mom, but didn't know that my parents were
already
working
on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they were like, this video is going viral, and someone at CBS saw the video and was like, we gotta get this kid on the show. And Peter's like, yeah, let's do it.
And then your parents were like, wait, that's our kid.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's how that happened. And then I think when I put out my song, Peter heard it. I was like, okay, I like this song. Let's put it on too. Yeah.
So did your parents have to forfeit their television career or like their film career? Because, you know, like, I feel like the shows between like Hawaii FiveO and I think like your parents also worked on Lost too.
Yeah. My
like,
dad did,
you know, and you know those are obviously based in Hawaii. So did they have to leave all of that?
No, because Lost ended a while ago, and Hawaii FiveO, my mom left to full-time manage me at the time. My mom left Hawaii FiveO.
Okay.
And then my dad got a job here, so that's why we moved out here in the first place. Yeah.
What's your dad working on?
He works at Netflix. Yeah.
Hey man, look, I'm on my parents' Netflix account right now. If he wants to throw me a code or something, I will not be mad.
I'll let him know about that.
Hey man, look, I'm saying right now. I'm just playing. Oh, but that's tight though. See, like you're around like so much like entertainment, and it's kind of unprecedented for a family to really be in that. Like, I mean, obviously we have like Will Smith and his family.
Yeah.
Being like extremely musically and like film like inclined, and I'm kind of interested if you know like how your parents got into like that whole scene.
Yeah, I know that my mom has been doing it my mom and dad have been in the film industry for a long time.
Yeah.
My mom's done a lot of movies and TV in Hawaii, like Snakes on a Plane, Godzilla.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
wow.
Just like things like that, and then my dad was doing around the same thing. My dad was an accountant in Hawaii, then my mom was a associate producer, and yeah, they were doing that. I'm not too sure how they got into it, but I think they met. No, they did not meet through TV. They met at like a bar or something. No, they met at a dance thing. Yeah,
met at a bar, had a baby.
No,
Here you go.
no, two babies. My sister too. But
oh, you have a sister too. What does your sister do?
My sister's a dancer. Yeah,
oh,
she was
man. You have a very Well, what's your background, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm Asian. I'm Italian. I'm Hapa. You know Hapa, right? Yeah. So like, I don't know specifically every single thing, but I'm a little bit of everything, I would say.
Yeah, basically for the people who don't know,
Japanese, half
Hapa
Japanese.
is like half white with some sort of like Asian mix.
Yeah.
And it's usually used in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, damn, you got like a really interesting background then, because like, I mean, you didn't grow up with it, but you probably have a couple homies who probably had like the traditional Asian parents who were just like doctor, lawyer.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I'm looking at your situation now and I'm kind of thinking like, wow, like, I feel like your family and like the way your career is moving is kind of like where a lot of us Asian Americans are at in life, because there's just like so creative. There's so much like creative juices that we want to foster, but there's also this battle between like, you know, I got to make my money, I got to please my parents and so on and so forth. And you kind of have like everything all together.
Yeah, I'm very lucky, you know, for my parents to continue to support me and always support me in anything I want to do. So I'm very grateful and lucky for that.
So was moving from Hawaii to California, like, what was that move like for you? Because you were still like at a very young age. I'm not sure if you were able to like process like that's a huge transition in life, man.
Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to move to LA because there's a point in Hawaii where you can get to a point in Hawaii where you're like, okay, I feel like I've done a lot for my own music career, and I'm not too sure where else to go if I do stay in Hawaii. So I always wanted to move to LA, and then when I moved to LA, I was like, okay, this is great because once I moved here, I met my manager, and we started doing sessions and things, and I really started to discover like what else I want to do in music, and I was still trying to figure out what kind of sound I want to make. So over the past 3 years, I was just doing a bunch of sessions with producers and writers and just trying to find out what exactly I wanted to make. Mm-hmm. And Ina was the first song where I was like, okay, this is what I want to.
Yeah.
This is what I want to make. Like I love artists like James Blake and like John Bellion who make like, well, specifically John Bellion, who makes pop music, but it's weird like production and like hip hop drums and stuff.
Damn, boy, he just said your production was weird, bro.
No.
I'm playing.
I love you, John Boy. I love Ed. Ed's my guy. But anyways, I love pop music, but I always wanted to make the production kind of like weird and like left-sided to where you know, it's like, okay, these are weird sounds, but it's like catchy melodies and really good hooks and things like that. So Ina was like the first song where I was like, okay, this is cool. This is what I want to make.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a great artist recognizes that you have to dive into these weird sounds in order to make yours a little bit more unique.
Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
Because like, you know, like once you go into like the stock sounds and if you like download like different plugins and whatnot, there's just so many sounds that are unused.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's an artist's job to really dig deep and figure out like sounds that are kind of unprecedented to the world.
Yeah.
Because for your specific case, right? And I know a lot of like artists from Hawaii struggle with this, is trying to get out of like the reggae sound. You know what I mean? Because
yeah, I mean, it definitely. I was very lucky to meet a lot of Hawaiian artists, because even back then I was doing, even when I was 11 and I was making music, because I put out a couple singles, then I put out an EP, and then I put out an album while I was still in Hawaii, up to the age like 15, I think.
Yeah.
And I was very lucky that the Hawaiian artist understood what kind of music I was doing, and were really like were really like positive with me. Like they were really they understood what I wanted to make, and I was nominated for a Nahoku Award, which is like the Hawaiian Grammys. So,
tight.
So yeah, I was kind of when that happened, I was like, okay, this is really awesome. I love that the Hawaiian community understood what kind of music I wanted to make and respected it, and I was like, that's amazing to me because at the time I was living in Hawaii, and I was like, okay, I don't know how this is going to be perceived, me playing an ukulele but making like pop and like making pop music, you know. So yeah,
That's so interesting. And I'm recalling this now because I had a conversation with Rocco 808. If you ever heard of him.
It doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah. So he's a rapper based out of here, but he's also from Hawaii.
Okay.
And having a conversation with him, he was basically telling me that the level of acceptance that the island was giving him was very minimal. And I think he was coming from more of like, he felt like particular people were jealous that he was like moving up quickly and he was able to like get out of the island and like foster his music over here. It's kind of different for your situation, it sounds like you ended up making your sound, and then it sounds like the island was more willing to accept that sound and want to like foster you.
Yeah, which is why I'm very thankful that they were able to understand like what kind of music I want to make. But I did move out from Hawaii because, like I said, there's a certain amount of, I guess, success that you can get when you're there, and I was like, okay, if I want to do this if I want to get to the certain place that I want to get to with my music, I gotta move and then like figure out my sound and then pursue it, you know, somewhere else.
Well, yeah, man, you could circle the island in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girl told me that, and I was just like, really, 2 hours?
Right? Yeah.
We went halfway through, and I was just like, yo, I can't believe we're already halfway done with the island.
Yeah, I know, man. I mean, I grew up there. I was born and raised there, and when I moved here, that was probably one of the first things that I realized I could be driving just for forever and to wherever, too. It's like, I was like, this is crazy. And then I got used to like these long drives. So now when I go back, I'm probably going to be like, it's going to be like short trip to the other side of the island, like an hour and an hour.
Yeah, right?
Back. Yeah.
How do you, so then I get this a lot whenever I go back home to the Bay Area, but then I kind of get like this little strike of anxiety. Like I really need to like be doing something right now. Like I need to get back into work mode. Like have you been back to Hawaii within the past 3 years?
Yeah, I've been a couple times because my grandma still lives there. So, I grew up with my grandma.
Shout out to grandma, man.
Yeah, Baba. That's my Baba. So I grew up with my mom, dad, my grandma, and my sister, and so she still lives there. So I go back to visit her. But like you exactly said, man. I mean, I can't be there for more than like a week because I get like. I need to be doing like I feel like I need to get back and do like what I do. So like I mean I love Hawaii, but it's very relaxed place.
It's kind of rough when Hawaii's like this paradise to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And you're really just like you're in Hawaii to kind of just chill.
Right? Yeah.
But when you're in this like music industry, it's just like you can't chill. You always need to be running.
Yeah.
And I guess I gotta ask you now, like, I mean, I guess to like you and I guess to like people like in the music industry, this is kind of like normal to always be like on the go and always doing something. Like, do you feel like that you've had that childhood, like that regular childhood?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was always kind of like a regular kid growing up. I mean, I was really into tech, and like I learned how to be on the computer very young, but I had a speech impediment till I was like 4.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a speech impediment till I was 4, and actually music was a big help in that. I learned how to speak basically through music and like the Wiggles, you know the Wiggles?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I would watch the Wiggles and I would like sing the songs.
Didn't
like,
they have like
salad
a fruit salad?
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah, man.
Yo, so then at 4 years old, you had a speech impediment and you basically learned to, I guess, get over it through the Wiggles?
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
yeah.
I love it. That's some good stuff.
The Wiggles, if you're watching, Hit me
Yo,
up.
are they still doing something now?
Yeah, they are, because
Are they?
I posted a picture of like my Wiggles ID that I found because I just turned 18 like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I posted a picture of my Wiggles ID that I found like when I was like 3 years old. And then I tagged them because I was like, oh, they still have a page. And I clicked on it. They're still going. I mean, they got new members and everything.
That's nuts,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm hoping they got new members. Otherwise, it would just look like super old ass men. It's like, okay, this is kind of creepy now.
They have a woman in there too now.
Oh, really?
It's cool, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I see it.
Yeah.
You know, I see it. You know what's crazy was that, like, I think I saw like a new show of like Blue's Clues somewhere floating
Yeah, I
around.
saw
and I was
that,
just like,
yeah.
damn, man, like it went from Steve to the new guy.
Yeah.
Now they got this Asian cat.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
got this Filipino guy in.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
saw
like,
that.
what the hell is going on? Like, the evolution, like it's kind of crazy when you look back at things like that and you
Yeah.
think about like how long lasting like shows and people's careers are and how like it can just evolve over time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. So you're out here. Oh, I want to bring this back too. Like, so you were getting like calls from like the Tonight Show and also Ellen. Did you end up going on those shows?
Yeah. I did not, because I think it was about me flying out from Hawaii. Like, it was a big thing with me flying from Hawaii to LA. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was like a budget thing or something like that.
Okay.
Because they were doing like, at the time, they were doing like these viral video. They were on a huge craze of like viral videos and like bringing kids in viral videos out. So yeah, I think they wanted me to be a part of that. It was like me and like Rebecca Black of Friday.
No!
Yeah. Yeah, that was like, I think that was that might have been the Today Show. They wanted to like bring like a bunch of these viral people out. And like now, I look at now and like 20 million views is not that much, like right now, you know? Like viral videos are like hundreds of millions of views, right?
I'm still trying to get my one of my videos is at like 600,000. I'm just like, yeah, keep going,
bro. That's what I do now. I mean, but like at the time, like 20 million views was huge, like humongous, and it's still huge, and like for me that was a huge part of my life, and it's still a huge part of my life. So I'm very grateful that happened, and that is a huge number.
Yeah.
But like now, viral videos are like hundreds of millions, billions of views now, right? So yeah. But at the time, it was like me and like Friday and
Jesus
Christ,
Christ, damn, you were.
It might have been like Charlie Bit My Finger and stuff too.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you are like bringing back all these nostalgic things, and I'm just like I've never thought of. It's funny because I actually just made like a DJ mix the other day,
Okay.
and I called it my weak ass mix.
Yeah.
And I changed week, WEAK, to like week, so
Okay.
WEEK.
Oh, that's sick, yeah.
And it was featuring like all songs from just like days of the week, and I
Nice.
included Friday by Rebecca
Yeah.
Black, and I was like, yo, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's like thinking back to how, I mean, it just goes back to the whole nostalgic conversation, man.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like an old ass man, like, you
Yeah.
know, recollecting memories from like all the way back in the day.
Yeah.
So you move out here from Hawaii. Who do you start, I guess, working with?
Yeah, so I met my manager, Kevin, at a show that I played at Hotel Cafe. And that was like one of the first venues I played at. And my manager came out. Well, not my manager at the time, but he came out and was like, okay, I want to manage you. Because I see something there. Because my live show consists of me looping with the ukulele. So it's like, it's cool, you know, because me personally, I don't see that many people looping with ukuleles. I see people looping with like guitars and like things like that. But yeah, at the time I was looping with it was just me and an ukulele. And he's like, I see something there. And like my original music at the time wasn't great, you know. I had that album out, I had an EP out, and I had some singles from when I was like 11 to 15. So it wasn't like great music, but he saw something in me from my live performance and like from some of the songs that I played that weren't out. So he started putting me in sessions with some people.
Like who?
It was a bunch of writers and producers. My first like connect was with Hollywood Records, so it was a lot of their producers and writers, and I'm still like really good friends with a lot of them. Nick Pingree, Tony Ferrari.
Oh, okay.
A lot of
Tony Ferrari.
Tony Ferrari, yeah, sick name.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of great people. I I did some sessions with this dude Sam Sparrow, who he had a huge song called Black and Gold.
Maybe if I heard it.
Yeah. So yeah, I did a couple sessions with him, and then yeah, man, I was just doing a bunch of sessions with a bunch of producers and writers and also artists too. And then like 3 years later, after I had all these like pop demos and like pop songs, is when I learned how to produce through these producers and writers. And I was learning a lot through these sessions, and I was taking all this knowledge and then like getting Ableton. Well, first I was on Logic, and I was making these I was making some of these demos, and they were cool, and I started sending them to my manager, and my manager was like, whoa, these are sick, like these are weird, like these are weird things, so I think you should pursue this, like go more deep into this and see what you can make. So that's when I started producing more, and I switched to Ableton, and yeah, and then Eno was like one of the first songs I learned how to produce with. Yeah, so then I was like, okay, I don't really necessarily need to go to like other producers, because I first wanted to produce to make demos, right, and then give to the producers. And then I was like, okay, I don't really need to do that. I can just make it on my own.
You just make your own sound now.
So yeah.
So I guess now I gotta ask you, like, I mean, obviously, prior to you moving here, you were working under like your original name, Aidan, right?
Yeah. Aidan
and
James.
So I mean, you can also correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like Eno is kind of like I guess like a rebirth.
Yeah, exactly,
you.
Man. Yeah,
okay, see, man, I'm fucking
exactly
smart.
Right.
I'm just gonna dab myself up a little bit. But
Yeah.
is that why you changed your name from Aidan to Laprete?
Yes, it was just because I wanted to rebrand, and I felt like since this was finally the type of music that I feel like I wanted to make, this was the first thing where I was like, okay, this is it. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always kind of fought for, like what I want to make. So then I was like, okay, yeah, let's do it. Let's switch up the name a little bit, and let's see, yeah.
So why Laprete?
Laprete's just part of my last name, and I was like,
easy.
Yeah, my full name is Aidan James Laprete Powell.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And before I was like, okay, this is too long, because I was going by Aidan Laprete Powell, like very early in my, like before even that YouTube video and stuff. I was going by Aidan Laprete Powell. Then I switched to Aidan James, my first and middle name. And then I switched to Laprete.
Well, that's why I was like hella confused looking on your Instagram initially.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, why is it AJ Official?
Yeah.
Why does his email say Aidan?
Yeah.
But why is his artist name Laprete?
Right.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, man. I'm in the process of getting my usernames changed, because I can't.
You can't just
I can't
switch it.
do it. Yeah, for some reason. So, yeah, I'm in the process of getting that changed, and then yeah, man, that's why I switched it. Yeah.
So, you know, like with any name change, like has there been like a difficulty of trying to transfer your fans from Aidan James to Laprete?
I think, yeah, I think it has, but I feel like a lot of my fans have really been like, they understand, and like they like the new music, which I was very happy about, because a lot of my fans know me from my ukulele pop music, you know?
Like, to be honest, a slew of them probably still look at you and are like,
Yeah.
yo, that's the little kid.
Yeah.
Because I went on Ina on YouTube, and
Yeah.
like the first comment was, man, I've been following you since your Hey Soul Sister days. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. He's trying, like, do you feel like you're trying to escape that in a sense?
My parents wouldn't want me saying that, but yeah, I feel like I'm not trying to escape it, because I'm very proud of that part of my life, and like if that was never in my life, like I definitely would not have gotten to this place where I am today, like where I'm making this kind of music. So I'm not trying to escape it, but I'm not trying to be like I'm not trying to be
like a one hit wonder type.
Yeah,
thing.
I guess. Yeah, I'm not trying to like still be with that type of music, which is why I decided to keep my Aidan James Spotify page up, because it still has all that music. And like I released a couple singles off of Aidan James recently, like the past year, like last year, I put out a song with my friend Chosen called Casanova.
I saw that one.
Yeah.
The beat was hard.
Oh, thanks, man.
That
That was the
hard.
first time. That was the first thing we produced. Like that was the first thing. We didn't even know like what we were doing when we were making that beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I released that, and then I released like another song, a feature, and those are, I love those songs. So like I still would want people to listen to that. But yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to escape it, but it's a new chapter, you know.
A new chapter in your life.
Yeah.
I respect that, man, 100%. And also too, if you take down the Spotify page, then you know. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Wow, what was I gonna ask you? I had this question like right off the tip of my tongue. Well, you know, I looked back at your Aidan James page, right? And then that song that you released with your homie, it was released like a year ago.
Yeah.
So then what have you been doing like for this past year in between
Yeah,
time?
I mean, it was actually, I started producing for other artists like in that time. So like, as I said, Casanova was the first thing that I produced with Chosen, and we were both didn't really know what we were doing, but like you said the beat's hard, so thanks.
Yeah,
so like, I guess we were like, people who were listening to it were like, okay, you can produce too. So let's put you in sessions with some other artists and get you to produce for them and see how it goes. So I did a bunch of sessions with a bunch of great artists. This girl from the UK named Charlotte OC. She's really sick. Charlotte OC. I did a bunch for a bunch of artists, and then I flew to New York late last year, and I produced some stuff for Modest Yahoo. No, Modest
Oh,
Yahoo.
wow.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that name in a minute.
So yeah, I did. We worked on some of his album, and yeah, man, he flew me out to New York, and we did like 6 songs. And
so what you're saying is we got some Laprete production on the Matis Yahoo.
yeah,
album.
Hopefully, yeah, we'll see.
I mean 6 songs. One of them is gonna make it.
Yeah,
At least one.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're super dope. I really like them, and Modest is a great guy, and it was a very family environment because he had a studio at the top of his house, so we just made.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we just made everything in his house, and like his kids would come in, and like some of his kids are actually like speaking on the songs and stuff too. It's cool.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Is there any knowledge that you picked up working with Matis Yahoo? Because like for y'all who do not know, like he's just been in the game for like I don't know, closer to like 15 years or something like that. It's been a while.
Yeah, man. I definitely learned a lot. I mean, it was definitely an experience working with him, and it was just me and him. So I was producing and he was writing. I was co-writing too, and he was co-producing too. So I learned a lot, and it was every single day we were just making. I was there for like 2 weeks, so every single day we were just making music, and it was amazing, to be honest. Like I would just wake up, head over. Also, he taught me about locks on eggs. You know, on toast. Locks, the salmon locks.
Locks on toast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You gotta break it down.
No. He taught me about locks on bagels. I'm confused right now because he made a bunch of good stuff for breakfast. So I think he made me like locks with a bagel, and I was like, and I'm like kind of a picky eater, so like when I ate that, I was like, oh my god, this is so good. So I ate that, and then he made like eggs with like a bunch of cheese. I don't usually eat this kind of stuff, so. It's like when I ate it, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So that's a good part of knowledge.
You're making me hungry now because I literally just had a hot pocket right before y'all came in, and I'm just like, "Cool, I'll be good for like another 2 hours or so."
No, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I've learned a lot from him, and he's still a really good friend of mine. I mean, we stay in touch and everything. So, and hopefully we'll do some more songs too.
Well, I mean, you probably will. Shout out to Matis Yahoo, man. So Ina, is that just gonna be a single, or is that going to be attached to a project?
Yeah, so I finished the project early last year. Actually, no, I finished the project early this year, and I've been wanting to put it out, but it is a single off of the EP, and it's 4-track EP, and it was supposed to come out this month, but it's not gonna come out this month. It's gonna come out. I don't know when it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out before it's gonna come out before the end of the year.
Before 2020.
Yeah, man. And like all of it is features. All of it is produced by me too.
Tight.
By me and my friend Chris. Chris on, who's from Hawaii, but he works with a group called They. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they all capitalized
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
with the
period at the
period.
end.
Yeah.
They is dope.
Yeah, they're super sick. So I met up with him more recently because he's from Hawaii too, and I met up with him more recently, maybe like last year sometime, early last year, and I heard he was doing stuff with They, and I love They, so I was like, yo, let's link up, let's try and make something. Because before we tried to make something like 6 years ago in Hawaii, and didn't work out because he was still learning how to produce. I knew nothing about production.
So I was still playing the ukulele.
Yeah. So yeah, but then we recently met up, and we've just been making so much music together. We made most of the EP together, and we've been doing a lot of sessions together for other artists as well.
So artists like who?
Just some good artists.
Hey,
yeah.
you know I gotta ask.
No, man. Yeah, I mean, we've been doing like so many sessions. Yeah, I mean, anywhere from indie artists and like some like just some good artists.
He's like, I'm saying too much.
No. I mean, it's just a bunch of music, and I don't know which what's gonna come out or whatever, but yeah, it's been great,
man.
Yeah.
I hear you. So for you said it was like a 4-track EP?
4-track EP.
So is it just gonna be like you vocally, or are you gonna have any features on it?
It's just me, yeah.
Okay.
It's just me. I made 2 EPs actually. It was like gonna be like a double thing, like a double album thing, but I didn't want to do that because the first EP consisted of like super pop music that I made over the past 3.5 years with other producers and things. And then the second EP consisted of my new stuff that I produced, and it's weird. It's like I would consider my genre now as like alternative pop, alt pop, bedroom indie. I don't know, R&B. Yeah.
To sum all of that up, his sound is Laprete.
Laprete.
You know what I mean?
I like that. But yeah, man. I mean. Yeah, so the second EP is like the Laprete sound, I guess, and then the first EP was more of like Aidan James stuff. But I decided I didn't want to put out the first EP. Maybe like put out some of those songs eventually as like some weird like playing in the background of an Instagram live or something like that.
Yeah. People love that,
right? Yeah. But yeah, I'm not gonna put out that first EP, and then the second EP should come out like sometime before the end of the year.
Gotcha, man.
Yeah.
So Laprete, we're just gonna go through like a slew of just super quick questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
What's your favorite Hawaiian food?
Zippy's Zip
He
Pack
said
probably.
Yo,
Right?
that's how I know. Cause my girl loves Zippy's.
Yeah,
like
dude.
she'll get like the chili
Yeah.
without the beans.
Oh, okay.
With the
yeah.
rice and like the whole slew.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Zip Pack. Oh my gosh, you cannot go wrong with that. Yeah.
Well, since your dad works for Netflix, what's your favorite Netflix show?
My favorite Netflix show. Man, I watch a lot. I mean, probably like I don't know. Have you seen the OA?
You like the OA?
Yeah. It was
cool. It was cool for me. It was cool.
I like the OA. It's weird, but yeah, I like the OA. I like Ozark. Have you seen that?
Ozark is amazing.
Dude, Ozark's so good.
Do you like Breaking Bad?
I love Breaking Bad.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we fucking go. Yeah, I can't wait till the movie drops. I think the movie drops like in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, and like I saw like some.
He was like, yeah, my dad showed me the whole movie.
No, he did not do that.
I'm just playing.
I saw some like news about the movie like early last year, like on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I asked my dad, and he just wouldn't tell me anything.
Damn.
And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
He's like, yo, I have no clue.
Yeah, and then the trailer came out, and then I was like asking him about it again, and he didn't know the trailer came out, so he was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "The trailer came out, so you can stop doing that."
He was playing too much. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Since you're getting into the production side now, like, who is your favorite producer, or like the producer who you get inspiration from the most?
Actually, back to the Netflix question.
Yeah.
Black Mirror is my favorite show ever.
We are like officially friends now because it became like Breaking Bad, Ozark, Black Mirror. Like we're literally into the same stuff.
That's my favorite show ever. I forgot to say that. Black Mirror. And then have you seen The End of the Effing World? Yeah, that's a
It's
great
like
show,
the
too.
guy and the girl, right?
Guy and the girl,
Ends
the
up,
guy's like trying to kill her, and then,
Yes,
but like
dude.
he ends up falling in love.
I was hoping that wouldn't be a limited series,
Right?
but then I
Yeah.
understand why. Because
But they're doing second season though.
Are they?
Yeah. I think that.
Oh,
Like,
I didn't know
yeah,
that.
I think I saw that somewhere on the news.
And just ask your dad. If he says like, "Look, I don't know what you're talking about," I'm just gonna take that as a yes. It's coming out. I just can't tell you.
Yeah, but I love that show. Okay, back to the producers.
Who's your favorite? Which producer do you draw inspiration from the most? Or is just a producer who you like really enjoy their sound?
Yeah. Like I said, John Bellion, who's an artist I look up to. He's also a producer I look up to. He was like one of the first producers where I was like, okay, this is like a dude making really sick pop music, but it's like weird, and the production is very selective in his drums, and like there's nothing like quantized, and like it's all over the place, but it all works, you know. That was like the first guy that was like, okay. And then I love Timbaland, of course. That's like one of my favorite.
Okay. Legend.
I like Monty Booker, I think his name is. He produces for Smino. Have you heard of Smino?
Yeah, Smino's dope.
I like him. Yeah, man. I look up to a lot of producers, I feel like. I mean, I think whoever's drums are like insane, and like whoever makes like good music that's like weird, and like even whoever makes good music at all. I mean, I feel like I look up to whoever makes good music, and like I love like the regular pop too. I love like the kind of like regular straight up just like this is pop like in your face. Like sometimes I love listening to that, and some of those producers I really like too. But yeah. Oh, I love Rosalia. Have you heard of her?
Rosalia, no, who's she?
Bro, she's crazy. I mean, she's an artist and producer, but like she's incredible, and I'm pretty sure she speaks it's Spanish in her music. Yeah. So
shout out to Rosalia. I'm gonna have to like definitely tap in
Rosalia
with her.
is crazy, and she's like blowing up right now. But I recently found out she produces all her own stuff, so I was like, okay, this is.
I'm even more impressed.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed that you're impressed. So, therefore, I need to check out Rosalia.
Yeah, man.
All y'all check out Rosalia, too. Also, check out Laprete. Ina is out right now. Laprete, where can everybody find you and Ina?
Yeah, man. So my social media, in my Instagram right now is AJ Official. I don't know when I'm going to change that, but it's still AJ Official. My Twitter is still Aidan James, but it's probably going to change to Laprete something. But you can right now find me Twitter /Aidan James. Yeah, man. Whatever. Google Aidan Laprete. Do it all.
It sounds very easy to find this, man.
Yeah.
This is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico, Blitz, Laprete, and we are out, everybody. Yay! I don't know. You can't do the shaka too tight.
Let's do it.
You kind of have to like loosen it up. I don't know.
Dude,
anyways, goodbye, everybody.